So the next phase I have just completed is taking off the suspension all the way around. My rear left side is there and all the bolts are still on. My front left side is there and all the bolts are still on. My front right side is there and all the bolts are still there, and my my rear right side is there, all the bolts still on. So I think the next phase is going to be to probably remove the muffler, so the exhaust system and the air intake system or assembly, and my battery, and probably start working on the wiring, taking all the wiring out. Looked on eBay and I was able to find complete wiring harness for $100, so I may do that. So the goal here is to strip it all the way down, take the motor out, and paint the frame, sand it down, prime it, paint the frame. I also had a little mix-up with my axles, but this here is my front left axle. This one is my front right. I think both of those are in decent shape, but these are my two rears, and I'm certain that one of my rears is done. This one here is done. I'm certain this one is no good, and I'm not sure about that one. But this front, my front left actually might be finished too. I don't know. Still haven't really inspected them. But I've been kind of doing some work in the shed too. So I live in the north, and the temperatures now are way below freezing, and I just moved everything into this shed, so I got lucky, got a shed to work, and that's why I'm doing it. So I'm thinking of just ripping all this out and finding a new main wiring harness. We'll see, because I might have relays missing, and whoever did it did a patch job, so if I get a new wiring harness, there's no guarantees that my machine will run again, because it doesn't have the same patching and stuff. Like, I may be replacing $300 worth of stuff instead of just one wiring harness. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I'm not really sure. Seeing wires just end like that is not really a good thing, and seeing all this crap in here, we'll see. These wires, I haven't disconnected anything. Those are that's natural. So I've been watching some videos on how to take things apart and stuff, and saw a lot of guys inspecting and changing bushings and whatnot. And I'll tell you, the bushings that or at least the bolts that I was undoing and removing, they were torqued so tight, and these arms could barely move. This is all the way around. They could barely move. Well, they couldn't move. They were just way too tight. So the bushings, I feel like that would damage the bushings. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, having fun here. I think the next thing will be I definitely have to take the battery out. I don't know why I have to take that out. A little embarrassed. Take the battery out. Take the air box out. The air intake system. And this thing here. And well, this is what is this? This is the belt breather. And I think there's quite a bit of gas in the tank, so I'm gonna have to get to that eventually. This big old tank. I have a feeling someone had already done this, painted the frame, because there are spots that look pretty nice. Like this is not so bad, this part of the frame, but when you get down here and stuff, I mean, obviously the footrests are going to be pretty bad, but all in along the bottom and stuff, like, I'm going to be putting it through hell anyways, so this is why I wanted to do it. And, I'm just nervous about, well, I've never done this before, so that's one thing I'm nervous about, just the whole process. I've never worked on a machine quite like this before, and I'm nervous about reassembly. I'm nervous about disassembly. I'm nervous that I'm going to do all this work and then put it back together and it's not going to be able to start. I guess that's everyone's fear, but I'm definitely very nervous about that. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. There's definitely some things that I want to jot down as I go. So I've been thinking about making a list of things that I see that I definitely need to buy, and I